Hi, welcome to Moose Jaw This Week. I'm Lyle Johnson, your host, and today we're down at the studio for RuBarb Productions talking to Evie Koop about what's coming up in the next little while, because it's a really good play, one of my favorite ones. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to the RuBarb Blue Chairs.
Yes, we are in the RuBarb Blue. It sounds like an anachronism, you know.
Oh, I know. That could be like a special season or something. The RuBarb Blue.
Yeah.
Elite shows or something.
Yeah. And you had a show at Christmas time that I went to see. And what a wonderful show that was. What fun.
I know. Yeah, Frog and Toad was really, really a very fun show. And really high energy. It was just another great family show. So
I went on an afternoon when there were kids there.
Just giggling. Don't they add so much energy to a show?
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the best things about doing this kind of theater. You know, there's probably very many rewarding reasons to do edgy or out there type works, but to do family friendly works and see the relationships that are built, see the joy in the kids, the families, the grandparents. That's huge. That's really RuBarb is all about that.
And now we're going to have a changing tempo, but you've got a wonderful script to work with, and it was a great movie. And
Academy Award winning
movie, exactly. And that is Driving Miss Daisy.
Yes, a different type of family, a different type of relationship and love, but it'll be a great Valentine's show. And so I guess for your viewers who don't know that show, this play is actually a 3-person play that has the mother, Miss Daisy, and her son, Booley, who hires a driver for her. The play opens and she's 72. And she's just crashed her car, and it cost the insurance company a whole $2,400 to replace the car.
And it's a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's just she shouldn't be driving anymore. So her son hires a driver for her. But you know what? This play has so many different themes. I mean, aging gracefully, and freedoms and responsibilities, and then how that plays also into the civil rights movement.
Yeah, because this is set in the South during the civil rights taking part. And the driver that's hired is Hoke, and he's a black man, and she's not quite sure that being a Jewish lady, that she's really wants to have a black man about.
It's true, and but even just to be seen for her, because it's set in the deep South, of the statuses and how it's so funny, because reading into the script a bit more, we discovered, she says, I don't want people to think that I'm rich. I don't want them to say that I'm rich. So I don't want you to come up to the front door of the temple and pick me up. That's just too much. But on her way to go to the Piggly Wiggly to get some, she says, why didn't you drive this way? And of course, that was the way that anyone who was anyone went down this street. It was the place to be. And so the contradictions there. I mean, and the fact that she's very strong-willed about being Jewish, but trying to really fit in with everyone around her. And in that sense, actually, I read a little bit that Alfred Uri, the writer, said, you know, he really missed having that strong religious upbringing, because everyone around him was trying to really fit in, and you know, maybe some compromises were made in that regard. But
she's an uncompromising woman.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I haven't given enough. I haven't given enough time to the civil rights movement in my life, and perhaps it's a sign of the times and how I've grown up, and everyone just has freedom. And I grew up with people from everywhere in my classes, from every background, and just used to that. And but it's just so interesting how there's so many deep-rooted beliefs and hurts that the Jewish people and the African Americans went through at the same time, but they were. It's interesting to see that Miss Daisy is passing on some of those things to Hoke, and yet she says, "I'm not prejudiced," and in many ways she isn't. Yeah. But why does there have to be so many layers, And
So what makes the play such a wonderful play is the layering, and just seeing how the man who is there to provide a service becomes more of a responsible person in her world, and she relies upon him more, and the relationship that develops between them is a wonderful, it's a great story for people to come and watch.
Oh, absolutely. And even as much as the civil rights movement is a part of it in a very major background character type way, the story is about the relationship. It's about the friendship that develops, the close friendship, and that's why I've programmed it in February at Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. I've programmed it in Black History Month. I thought that'd be a nice tie-in for any schools that are coming to the school matinee,
Let's talk a bit about production dates and things like that, because we're in our last 5 minutes already.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
We just chat away. So it happens at the glorious May Wilson Theater at the Moose Jaw Cultural Center from February 10th to 14th. So this season we're opening on Wednesdays, so don't forget that. Wednesdays, opening night. And we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday evening performances at 7:30. And then Saturday morning, oh my goodness, no, don't come Saturday morning.
You can come, but you're going to be alone.
Yeah, you can help us set up. But Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon, we have our matinees at 2 o'clock. So, yeah.
Man, and cost?
Cost, it ranges, just depending on where you're sitting in the house and of course, your age. Yep. So, but the highest price ticket is $30.
It's a bargain for this play. And you've got, you're going to be directing it.
I'm going to be directing.
You got a lady from Toronto to come out here to play. Tell me a bit about her.
Yeah, well, as you know, we bring in a lot of people all the time from across the country. But Colleen Whitten, she's just a great talent, and she's worked across the country. She splits her time between Vancouver and Toronto, but she was actually just out at Persephone, I think. She was just out of Persephone anyway. The name's at the tip of my tongue. I just want to say it, but anyway. So she's great, and it's going to be very exciting to see her age 25 years in this show.
Yes.
And then Mark Claxton is also in the show. He was with us in Girl in the Goldfish Bowl, and he plays her son. And he's from Regina, a great guy.
And it was funny that the movie production has a couple of Canadians in it.
Yeah,
like Dan Aykroyd played the son in the movie, and Jessica Tandy played the woman.
Well, it's appropriate. There's great talent in Canada.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yep.
That's true. So people can come and they can enjoy this thing. It's part of the season. This is the fourth show in the season? Or third?
This is the third show. Yep. So we had Wingfield in September, October. We had A Year with Frog and Toad in December. Then we have Driving Miss Daisy, great Valentine's show. And then we have Souvenir coming up in April.
Which I know nothing about.
Oh, so the byline is not many people sang as bad as she did. So it's the story.
Oh, yes, I do now. Yeah.
So Florence
it's a true story.
It's a true story.
Oh.
So this.
We'll talk about that next month.
But you have to come to it. It's going to be so funny. Yeah. And then Seussical, our RuBarb Junior production by the students of the RuBarb School of Performing Arts. Yeah. And so that's going to be wonderful, and that's in June. And then Cinderella in the summer.
To the ball.
Let's go off to the ball. Yep.
Glass slippers on order?
Yes, I think we have some glass slippers already.
Well, yeah, I think that might be one of the great, wonderful things to sell as in the lobby is to have glass slippers. Yeah.
Yeah, you think a lot of husbands would buy those for their wives?
Yeah.
If the shoe fits.
Anyway, let's just recap. It's a wonderful play. It's coming in February. Is it 13th or sorry?
10th.
10th till the
14th.
Yeah. So it might be a great dinner and date movie. Oh. Dinner and date play because, live theater. Guys, just saying, live theater.
Theater kind of beats movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It's a whole different relationship. So.
Well, we're getting a wrap it up signal. So I hope that people will come to see this production. It's nice to have the professional theater company like RuBarb in town to do this, and I'm sure that people will really enjoy the opportunity to come out and see a great story done by a really good cast.
Thank you. Yeah, you don't have to hit the roads this February. You can just stay right in town.
Yeah. Okay, so that wraps it up at this segment, but I want you to stay tuned because we'll be right back with another event that's going to be happening in the not too distant future.